Hello my friends and welcome to the video. This is the Donuts
is not a video.
This is the Donuts with the Dompierre's podcast, episode number
2.
Dos.
2.
So, again, you guys know the drill. We're just going to be enjoying some donuts while we speak about a topic. Last time we did talk about how we met, which was really cool. A lot of you guys really did enjoy that, and there was a lot of comments of asking for more. So, Today we're going to talk about how we made our long distance relationship work. So when we first started dating, she was living in Pembroke Pines, basically Miami area, and I was living up here in Bradenton. So about a 3-hour drive, and yeah, so I guess we should just go ahead and dive in. But of course, I need a couple bites of a donut first to let my brain fire up. So we got the one and only legendary cronut from 50 Donuts.
And I got a
legendary glazed from 50. You can't just say glazed.
Glazed donut. You know, you guys know me. Cheers. Yeah.
So good. The best way to start the day. Well, a Sunday. Not every day.
We got some chicken at the house. Remember, eat your protein, please. I got 135 grams of a recipe that is amazing. And it just tastes so good. And Nick got how much? Sorry?
200 grams. So good. Those layers, though. All right, do you want to start?
Yeah, when we met, there was something very surprising, and it was that when my parents came to the United States, they came to Bradenton specifically. So when he told me he was living in Bradenton, I was shocked because my parents, they've always wanted me to come here and like be with them and live with them. And I was like, no, I'm already here in Miami. Like, I have my friends here. And I had a job too. But that time I was coaching. I was training. And it was just like, for me to leave, it was like impossible. But they always were telling me, you should come here. You should live here. Like, here is better and whatever. And I was just like, I'm not gonna do anything there. Like, I don't have no one there. Like, it's gonna be so boring and whatever. Is there a way we can turn that on? Because I'm like,
yeah, it's hot.
Yeah. Because I have the. So when he told me that.
Wouldn't that been? There you go.
When he told me that, I was like, what? You live where? I couldn't believe it.
Out of all cities and towns and states in the United States, I lived in Bradenton, where her parents were actually staying.
10 minutes away from there.
Yeah, right down the street.
Like, that was crazy. And I remember Nick, for the first date, I don't know if we went this long, I don't remember, on the last episode, but Nick drove all the way to Miami to have our very first date. And for me, that was like, wow, this guy is putting so much effort to make this thing work. So let's see what it comes out from this.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was already like, I'm gonna have to move to Bradenton sometime because he is there, and then my parents are there too. So it was like,
because I'm not moving to Miami with her parents. That's not happening. So
Exactly.
She's gonna make the sacrifice and come here.
So, well, you can continue.
Yeah. So yeah, we basically we did a lot of back and forth. Well, actually, I did a lot of driving. And I was going down there a lot because she had the coach. She couldn't really leave. And this was way before I even started coaching at CrossFit Bradenton or anything like that. I was basically doing YouTube and online coaching and modeling full time. So I had a little more flexibility to where I could travel. It didn't really affect me if I had to go somewhere for a whole weekend or a week or sometimes even 2 weeks.
And we did that for a year and a half.
Yeah. And every time I went to visit, we got Airbnbs because she was living with a friend. And
with Lena, I love you. That's our Cupid.
She's actually the one. She's the one who I sent the message to. If you guys saw the last podcast, so Lena, yeah, she was the.
She's the MVP.
Yeah, she
MVP.
She made this all happen.
Yeah, because
this one didn't want to give me the time of day.
Not just that, even to like for me to be living here, she offered her house, and she made me like part of her family, and I'm just so grateful with her and her family that like we got so close, and they're like, she's like my second mother, and Patricia is like my second sister. I got watery eyes, I don't know why, maybe. But I'm just, yeah, because if I start seeing it from like that perspective, if she wouldn't offer me her house, like a place in her house, I wouldn't be here today, you know? So basically she is the real MVP of all of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that one year and a half, and then we started talking about moving in together. But I had to, well, by that time that we wanted to move it. Next up. Okay, you go.
You can keep speaking.
Okay.
I need a bite. All right, guys, so this one right here, it's an apple pie. So apple pie filling, all kinds of deliciousness on top. Whipped cream, dulce de leche, and I'm not sure what those crumbles are. Oh, it's like an apple pie Oreo. So, salud.
So after a year and a half, I moved in alone. So I had my studio, and I was living. It was like a studio on a big house, and they converted their garage on a studio.
This was in Pembroke Pines.
No, this was in Miami Lakes.
Well, that area, not Bradenton.
And I was already living alone. I remember by that time, before I moved out of Lena's, I was like trying to talk to Nick to see if like I should get a studio and have my own studio, or we should start talking into like moving in together. And he was like, I think you should leave alone here. Which it was one of the things that I really appreciate, because if he would have been selfish, he would have said, yeah, just come here and stay at the house, and then we'll make it work and whatever. But he was like, I think I want you to leave alone for a second. And it was super hard for me, because I was in a different country. Like, I didn't have as many friends as like I used to. Like, I did have Lena and Patricia, that they were like literally, they're like 10 minutes away, but it's not the same. I mean, when you get home at 9, you're at home alone, and you're not gonna go at 10 p.m. to go and, you know, be like, I feel like shit. So that was one of the things that I also appreciated a lot, that you were like, even though we've been dating for a year and a half, I think you should live the experience of living alone.
Yeah.
And just like do that by yourself, and like, you know, being more mature, learning and all of that, because I've never lived alone.
Yeah. And I think some relationships, people jump to things too quickly, and like they're already moving into each other's place like within a few months or something, and it didn't even give you time to like know that person and learn that person and know what they like and the way they do things, you know. And so then it's like people move in together, and then everything's just happening so fast, and then it's like it's almost like you're getting annoyed or something like that, with like, you don't intentionally mean to, but it's just the way someone's doing something. But yeah, so like we gave it a lot of time before we actually moved in together, and then when we moved in together, everything was just like so easy, like super simple.
I think it was because we already knew. So I'm still finishing my the glazed one. I don't know why I don't have the glazed name in my brain today. I remember. Wait, I lost what I was gonna say.
You got glazed brain right now. Donut brain.
What we were saying. Honestly.
Talking about living alone. Hey, easy.
Oh! That's so sad. I literally slipped the thing. Now I'm eating the arequipe. So what I was saying, I lost it.
I forgot to.
So, yeah, I mean, when we were having these conversations and all of these things, I started training for the games. That happens too. And when we actually decided that we were gonna live together, then I got an offer to make this team to go to the games. And I was like, it took me so long to make the decision because
She just wanted to come to
I wanted-
Bradenton and live together.
I wanted to do those things. I wanted to like start living together, starting to, you know what I mean. We were being. It was already 2 years, and I was like, I'm over this. Like we need to be together.
We were both ready for the move. For her to move.
We were both super ready, and then I got that offer in the beginning of the year, and I couldn't leave. Like not I couldn't leave. We were living together for 6 months, and they told me, you need to come here, we're gonna give you an apartment and stuff, and you have to stay here for 6 months. So one more time, we had to do the long distance thing alone. Again, sorry. And
yeah, because if you guys aren't familiar with what the games are, it's the CrossFit Games. So she was training on a team to go to the CrossFit Games, and Plant City for the win, right?
Plant City, this looks like a little boat, but I picked it because I didn't want anything super big, because sometimes I get so like, But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so like to qualify for the CrossFit Games, you have to literally dedicate everything you possibly can to your training, to your nutrition, to your sleep, your recovery, everything like that. And she had some friends in Miami that were really good CrossFitters, and we had one girl come from Colombia just to join the team as well. So there was a lot of people that were making sacrifices to make this team work. And that's kind of how it is with CrossFit. Like you have to make a lot of sacrifices to, if you're going to be competitive.
Yeah, I wish we can tell you a little bit more, but a lot of things, if you actually don't put your 100% effort and your partner is not willing to make those sacrifices with you, bad things can happen with your relationship. And we lived it, not us, but we saw it happen. We saw it happen, and I am just so grateful that we actually were living together during that period of time, because those are really, really rough times, and it is just not fair for him to like just me getting at the house and then just treating him like shit because I was tired or had I had a bad training, or somebody yelled at me and I was just mad, and it's crazy. Even like all of us, like the girl, like Mara Camila and I, we will be fine, but then at night we wouldn't talk to each other, not because we were mad, but because we were just so tired, so
they had an apartment together. Her and Maria.
That was the second time that I had to do that again, because yes, I had to do that twice. It wasn't one time, it was twice that I had to stay in Miami for 6 months again after living for 6 months together. So at the end of that season, we just had 1 year living together. But just the coming back and forth helped us a lot with communicating, which this is one of the first and most important things if you're trying to make a relationship, like a long distance relationship, work. We're just talking from our experience. This is not like everyone is the same, but communication for me, I'm a person that I talk about every single thing. Like I express how I'm feeling.
Even when I'm trying to go to sleep at night.
I think all of you girls do the
Bro,
same.
She does not stop talking.
But I just express myself the way I want him to express too, which in the beginning it was really hard for him.
I don't like to speak a lot.
Yeah,
I don't talk. I'm a listener. I like to observe, take information in, and I'm a good listener. I can speak as well, but like, I don't know. I'm just kind of more of a quiet person now.
Yeah, you had a lot. That you improved a lot.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a time that it was really rough for training and for the relationship, and not like I was saying that we were gonna broke up or something, but I was just feeling like, and it was like a month probably, I was feeling like we weren't communicating, but it was because I was so tired. He was doing a bunch of projects, and it was just like,
we're both busy, both working.
That was the best thing, and I think that will bring me to the second point of like how to make that long distance relationship work is you have to stay busy. And he was working on projects, I was working in my career as an elite athlete, and that made us stay focused and just like not thinking about so many things, because when we're long distance, I know sometimes there can be a lot of thoughts of like cheating or maybe jealousy of like, one of the things that happened to me, and like Nick knows about this, is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out with my friends, and it was friends that I know, but I got jealousy of like not being there with him, and like of them, of like they're able to have time with him, but I'm not able to have time with him. So you want to say something?
Yeah, it was definitely tough for her, because I'd go with my friends, we're just hanging out, having fun, and she's literally in Miami, like
in my house,
beating her ass, like training hardcore. But again, that's where like the sacrifices she had to make to make it on this team to go to the CrossFit Games.
The way that you always said stuff like, we will see each other soon.
Yeah, like it's gonna go by fast. Just focus on what you're doing. Staying busy.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm a super patient person. Like I just have that ability to be patient. And another thing too is trust. Like we really trust each other, and
that will be the third thing, trust.
Yeah.
So we have the first one was communication. We have the second one was, what was it that I just said it?
The second one was stay busy. And third one will be trust. That is something like key. You go. So yeah, like we learned a lot about each other. We know how much we love each other, and we know all the people that we hang around, like they're good people. And it's never like we felt sketchy of like, oh, I'm gonna go out with this person. It's like, who's that person? Yeah. So all of our friends, like we have a small circle, but it's a circle of really good, genuine people.
And I think we made sure, and it's like showing respect for each other, of like, I'm not gonna go hang out crazy, and I'm not gonna hang out with people that you don't know. That will make us feel just good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no,
just try to not make things harder, because they're already hard by being apart.
Yeah.
And if you respect the other person, you will try to make the things like to stay the way you are.
Yeah. And then even like when we first started dating, it was like we had time apart. So again, like I was speaking about before, with people move too quickly. They move in with each other very fast, and then yeah, I'm gonna get to that.
I'm like, do you have another donut
Pumpkin
here?
Cheesecake's coming up. But yeah, like we would go and have a weekend together.
Guys, I'm sorry, I'm just getting my water.
Yeah, we would go have a weekend together, have a great time, a couple days, and then sometimes I even went down there for like a week or 2 weeks, and then I would come back home. We wouldn't see each other for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Sometimes like it would go to like a month, depending on what we had going on.
Sometimes it will go like a month, and those.
Yeah. So it's like the
those
time
are
that we
hard.
got to spend with each other, we really like enjoyed it. We appreciated it, and then the time apart too. I feel like that's like what we needed as well, because like time apart will help you. The love grows stronger, you know, because you're not just always there, always there, always
That's
there.
what we think.
And take it for granted. I mean, that's kind of how I felt. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the distance is what kind of really made us grow stronger.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like some people, they're just too on top of each other. They don't have room to breathe.
Yeah.
You know.
And just to think about how everything is going.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with a really good friend. It's the mother of Lena, and she told me that it's good when you're started dating with somebody. There is some things that you can do, and these things will be like, when we are together, what are these habits, what are these things that he does every single time, and he's not gonna change. Like, it's not something like I'm gonna make him change.
I will never stop eating donuts. So don't you guys worry.
What is that?
Yeah, so this one is pumpkin cheesecake. It's about that time. It's that season again. Pumpkin's coming. So this is the pumpkin cheesecake. It's about damn time.
In a minute, I'm gonna.
Cinnamon.
See, I lost the thing. Wow.
Lena's mom.
Yeah, she told me I need to try the cheesecake because I'm a cheesecake
Cutie.
cutie. Cheesy, very cheesy.
Yeah, it's super cheesy.
It is very cheesy. Wow. You like it?
It's too cheesy.
So she told me, what are these things that he is doing, and do I like these things? Am I able to live with these things forever? And these things are gonna be like, does he leave his shoes outside? Does he make the bed when he wakes up? Does he leave the toothpaste all squishy? Whatever, all of these things are the same for, like, in this way.
Did I do any of those things?
Of course not. You didn't, but there are things that definitely he does that I was like, I can live with this. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that like I can handle, and I'm not gonna get mad for this because I know this is the way he is. And we had the time to figure those things out before we did this big step of like actually living together, because we will spend time for 2 weeks, for a week, for a weekend, and it was just like long periods of times, and we would see each other ourselves, you know what I mean, like the way we are actually. Because yes, when you start dating in the beginning, everyone will start like, you know what I mean, just like trying to be maybe more like cuter, or give more attention, or just, trying to gain the other person's trust, and like
Church himself up. Gotta church himself up.
and you want to give it some time to see what they really are.
Yeah.
And something that is really cool is that I think Nick just changed probably 2 things maybe, but the rest of like his attention, the way he treated me, and all of those things, they stayed. And like that is really, really cool, because he actually showed me the way he was from the beginning. And I think it was also because I told you, remember? Do you remember?
Told me.
I told you, like, is this the way you are? Or you're making this because you want to gain my heart or something? I actually asked him. I was in a point that like I didn't have more time to like, well, I did have time. Everyone have time, but I didn't want to put effort into something that wasn't going anywhere.
Nobody wants to waste their time.
I didn't want to waste my time. I was already trying to make these big things in my career as an elite CrossFit athlete, and I was just like, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I mean? So are we gonna make this thing work or not? So yeah, that is I think the keys. Those are one of the keys that actually made our relationship, our long distance relationship, work. And now we have the ability to communicate the right way because we developed. I feel those are skills that you developed.
Absolutely.
With the couple. And most of that, we talk a lot of things at night or like having dinner. We go very, very deep sometimes. And one of the things that we always talk about is like, why do people don't last in a relationship? Let's say, because we hear so much of like, oh, this person just got married and they got divorced like a year after. And then we start getting deep on that and like trying to figure why these people do that. And then we're just like asking each other, do you think they did this? Or do you think they did that?
You just kind of dissect it and wonder like, why did that happen?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, both of the people, and you're just trying to think of like, you know, what could be the cause? You know, like for you to marry somebody, that's like,
big thing.
that's pure dedication to that person and the relationship. You know, that's a commitment. And to like break that commitment after, you know, I don't know, like a year, 6 months, it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, and the main thing that we always come with is communication, trust. What's the other one that we just said?
Well, stay busy, but that was like for the long distance stuff.
Yeah, well, for the long distance, but like the trust and the communication. But maybe probably the communications is one of the things that always win every time we talk about that. And
also, another thing too is just self-happiness. Like, you don't need somebody to make you happy.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk about this, but it didn't come to my mind.
Yeah, because I mean, it's almost like when you see somebody break up, like they broke up, and it's like, oh, I need you, you complete me, you make me happy, like
red flag.
You know, it's like, bro, you shouldn't like rely on anybody. Like, you need to have self-happiness and like find out who you truly are and like what makes you happy. And you know, you need that for yourself. Like, you can't just find someone that's just gonna, obviously, like, you know, you find somebody and like they'll obviously make you happy, but like, I'm like saying like true happiness,
you don't need them
for yourself
to be happy.
You know, like, that
is such a big thing of just the relationship in general. Like, you might have, how do you say that? Might have orange or might have naranja?
Your better half.
Better half. Wait,
I need to say. My better half. Salud.
I understand that you might feel like this person compliment you or something like that, but if you are happy without that person, I think everything will be so smooth, and whatever things that you guys face, you're gonna be able to overcome, because we chose each other every single day. I'm not with you because I need you. I'm with you because I want to be with you, because I love you, because you help me to be better and I help you to be better. Not because, I don't know, I can't breathe if you're not here.
Yeah.
I can achieve my goals if you're not by my side. We both can achieve goals, and that is we are both very independent, which in the beginning was kind of hard for me because I grew up, I'm Venezuelan. Probably it was just my family, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. But most of the girls, women, they will take care of their husbands, of like cooking and just like, you know, cleaning the house and all of those stuff. And then I'm living with this guy, and this guy do laundry, and we can do laundry together. He can wash the dishes, he can also cook, and then I can do the same too. So
Clean the house.
Yeah, we can clean the house. So it's just like, I don't have to do all of those things.
Wash the car.
Yeah, wash the
Fix
cars.
the dishwasher.
Nick has never
Replace the microwave.
Nick has never washed my car. Like inside, like, and that is something that maybe it is so little. So little. Like you won't think about that. You might not think about that, but those little things are like what actually make you a independent woman or an independent man. Like Nick and I have my own credit cards. Nick has his own credit card. We have a credit card for us, but we know how to do things. I know how to pay bills. He knows how to pay bills. Like, I don't rely on him for everything we do, and he doesn't rely on me for everything. Like, if I don't cook, he will cook. You know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna die. He's gonna eat. He's gonna make his food. And that is such a big thing. I will say, is that emotional independence or something like that? I don't know how to even call that, but maybe self-happiness is one of the cool, real names of that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You want to add something?
I don't know. I just want to say I hope some of these key points that we touched on help you guys with your relationships, and let us know in the comments below. Again, we're not like experts with dating. We're
not perfect either.
We're just sharing like what we've been through and how it's made us be so connected and so successful, if you will, in our relationship. And yeah, if you guys want more of this, again, just let us know. Comment down below. And yeah, these are pretty fun to just have like topics to speak about the donuts, rather than just talking about the frosting, the filling, how delicious it is, you know. And obviously this is a longer style video, so seems like some of you guys have been enjoying it, rather than just like a quick 10-minute video of me eating donuts, which you guys have seen many times. So I feel this will give you guys a little more value, which would be very helpful, because value
we
is
also
very
have
important.
this conversation. Remember when I told you we have these deep conversations? Sometimes we finish and we say, I wish we would have filmed this.
Every time.
Every single
like,
time.
We should have filmed this, because we're sitting there talking, and I'm just like, bro, this is such valuable information that people need to hear, because just for what we're just speaking about, like, I feel like it could just be like, boom, it could click for somebody and just be like, that makes so much sense, you know, and it could help them in some type of way. So
yeah, before we leave, there is something, and I just remember when I got that brain fog that I was gonna say,
glaze fog.
Glaze fog. When you are in long distance, don't see it as a bad thing. See it as an opportunity for you to grow independently. And I think I remember, because we were talking about the self-happiness, you have the opportunity now to work on yourself, you know, and work on that self-happiness that we were talking about. So that's what I wanted to say when I got glaze fog. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to leave without saying that, because that is very important. I think I finished a couple certifications while I was alone, like learning new skills. Like if I want to learn how to write, I think I learned how to do journaling. I remember by that time, and that journaling, guys, helped me so much. Like just writing down the way I was feeling, so that way I could explain him what I was feeling. Because sometimes everything is just in your mind, and then when you put it in a paper, it's like, this doesn't make even like sense what I'm saying. And then it makes you like,
you can analyze everything. Exactly,
analyze it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it.
Sweet. Well, all right, I think that was pretty good. Episode number 2 in the books. Again, let us know which topic you guys would like us to touch on next. Comment down below. And yeah, that is podcast number 2 of the Donuts with the Dompierres. Hope you guys been enjoying. Any last words?
No, nothing. Thank you for everyone. We read every single comment, and we're just so happy that you guys like this, because we also like, even if Nick doesn't like to talk so much, I love talking so much. And well, this is maybe a really good opportunity for him to get him to speak more too. He speaks, but when we're alone, you know. So yeah, I'm just so happy that you guys love it, because I think we want to make this like a real thing.
Yeah, it's already started.
Yep.
Well, all right, guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.